one of the difficulties foreigners face when they go to another country is leaving this already built social background in their home country, and they go to another country to build a different social background.
True.
So how have you been able, in the years you have spent here, how have you been able to establish a new social background that is different from the one in your home country?
Well, that is a fascinating question. That's a really good question. Well, luckily for me, I have sort of an artificial way that happens. Because when you work in an international school, there's lots of other foreigners that work there too. And so it kind of has a built-in little culture that happens all on its own.
Yes.
And as when you're new to a new school, there's usually other people who are new.
Yeah.
And so collectively, you're kind of more bound together because you're all new to that school and you're new to that culture. And so you kind of get to know each other first. And usually they'll do an orientation that's just the new teachers. And so you feel a little bit more connected to those people because you've spent time together at the job and you start to find commonalities. And I find a lot of the people, especially in Korean foreign schools now, it used to be a lot of them, this was their first international job. But now there's a lot of people that come here and it's like their third, fourth, fifth, maybe even 10th international school. And they've gone through that process in another country. And so they come to it kind of like, okay, I'm going to meet new people and I might meet new friends. And
Yeah.
I've gotten, because of that, like I've got friends from all over the world. And it's really nice because some of them I've stayed in touch with. And so it's like, sometimes I can go back to the States and I can go to a part of the country where I don't really know anybody, but I have a friend from an international school who's there. And so, like, for example, one of my friends, he lives back east in Boston. I don't have any people I know in Boston, but I can go to Boston and visit because I know David's there.
Yeah.
And so when he's on holiday, it's easy to go like, hey, David, I really like to come see Boston. Oh, yeah, come stay with me. You know, I'll show you around town. You get kind of a different perspective because you see the thing that the local person sees when you go back that way, you know. And it's like nice because I know people from all over. Like I'm looking forward to this coming school year. I want to go to Taipei.
Yeah.
Because one of the people I worked with on Saipan, she has moved back to Taipei now. She retired from teaching and she's back home. And so I want to go and see her in her environment and see a side of Taipei I probably would never see as a foreigner because I'm going to be there with a local person who's from there.
Yeah.
So that'd be really interesting. And so that kind of helps having that built-in group. And then all the international schools have like a business office where almost all the workers are Koreans, but they're also Koreans who know a lot of English.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fluent in both languages. You know, sometimes they're fluent in 3 or 4 languages because they traveled around. But I mean, it's really nice because you get a chance to interact with a Korean person and they also get kind of interested in all these weird foreigners who show up and they're different. And some of them have lived abroad. And so sometimes there's automatically like a connection of like, you know, oh, I lived in Seattle when I was in America going to university. And like, oh, okay, I've been to Seattle many times. My niece lives there. And so there's already kind of a built-in connection with this other person. And so it's kind of easy to get to know Koreans better too that way, because there's already sort of an open door to like, hey, we're all working at this school together. And, you know, maybe there's, like I said, a connection where it's like you lived in my country for a while or studied or traveled, and I've been in Korea. I've traveled all over in Korea. So usually if somebody's like, you know, I'm from Busan. Oh, I've been to Busan several times. It's a great town. You know, it kind of gives an easy way in.